Oh my gosh.
I wish that I could forget you now. I wish that I could forget about. I could set the mood right.
People ask me all the time how I went from having an absolutely terrible singing voice to now being a professional singer. And every time, if anyone tells me that they're passionate about singing, but maybe they feel like they have a bad voice like I did when I was first starting, I recommend that you check out the website Singer, and I'm linking it in the YouTube description and in the top comment. So if you have a passion for singing, maybe you're doubtful if you will ever be able to sing, don't worry. Every singer student felt the same way. I felt the same way when I was first starting out, but I recommend that you check it out, because if you use that process, you will have an amazing voice, and you can get started for free with a free 10-minute singing lesson. You can either sing along with a girl's voice or a guy's voice, and if you choose the guy's voice, you'll sing along with me, and I'll take you through some guided singing exercises. And by the end of those 10 minutes, by the end of the 10-minute lesson, if you recorded your voice before it with 15 seconds to the first song that comes to your mind, and then you record that same 15 seconds after the lesson, now you have two audios to compare to. When you compare those two audios, you're going to be shocked. So go give that a try and then leave me a comment. Let me know how it goes for you. That being said, let's get into the reaction. I just love the unplugged vibes. I don't know the right word to say, but you know what I mean? When it's just a vocal and a piano, a vocal and a guitar. Oh my gosh. That is her sweet spot, that breathy tone. Oh my. Leave me a comment right now. Does anybody else have goosebumps? Does anybody else have goosebumps? Anybody? Is it just me? That breathy tone. There is something about when she goes breathy, especially when she goes up, she's adding power as she ascends into the melody. And then as soon as she gets to that top note, she switches into this beautiful breathy head voice. Pay attention to that. Oh my God. Oh, that's what you call the messa de voce, the diminuendo, bringing the volume back on a held out note. That breathy tone. I have to replay that. Listen to the beautiful bouncy vibrato at the end and the way that she increased volume quickly and brought it right back to that beautiful soft breathy tone. Listen to this. And then brought it back. God. I'm like forgetting to even look at it because the vocals. And may I say as well that not every note has been perfect. Is that okay? Absolutely, that's okay. Everybody needs to take the pressure off themselves for trying to be perfect. And as a coach, I have to tell you that if you get off pitch, that is completely okay. Let it go. You do not have to be perfect. You don't have to sing perfect. IU doesn't sing perfect, but you know what I love when I hear a little flat note every once in a while? Is that means that it wasn't tuned on the back end, because many times with performances like this, mix engineers will literally put an auto-tune plug-in over the vocals on the back end. The artist has no control over it, but that's really what happens. Let's keep going. Is that like Disney princess voice? Yes. Oh, you can feel. You can just feel from a performance. I almost want to bring you to tears. Oh my God. Lean in, lean in. Everybody, take notes on dynamics. I mean, my goodness, when she's going back between those beautiful breathy tones into adding more power, adding the volume, increasing the volume, also known as a crescendo. As listeners, that's just what keeps us locked in and makes me want to just take a sip of coffee and cheers to those beautiful dynamics by IU. This is so good. And that breathy, have you heard a breathy tone quite like that? My goodness. I also have to say, my girlfriend has me drinking coffee out of straws. I never used to do it. Something about drinking it out of a metal straw. I don't know what it is. I feel like the coffee tastes better. So everybody out there, give it a try. But yeah, I'm drinking coffee with a straw. Oh my. That's unreal. Hey, what's up? I just wanted to remind you that you can take that free singing lesson at any time. The link is in the description. You are going to be shocked. So hopefully I'll see you there after this reaction. All right, let's get back to it. Oh my gosh, and that vibrato, that makes you want to cry right there. Isn't that why we're so passionate about singing? Leave me a comment right now. It's the communication. It's the way that you can bring up emotions in people, even through a camera. It is a skill I just truly believe everybody needs to learn, because you can just so purely communicate with people. You can move people emotionally in a way that you can't do that with just the speaking voice. There's nothing like it. It's why I'm so passionate about everybody learning to sing, because hearing her just makes me remember when I was first starting. I would listen to incredible vocalists like this, and I would just want so desperately to be able to be like them. But at the time, I had a terrible singing voice, and literally people were making fun of me, whether it was in person or online, when I would try to sing. There were so many times when I wanted to quit, but I'm telling you, I'm so glad I didn't, because you can listen to some of my songs now just as motivation for you, that if you are feeling like me when I was first starting, maybe you love singing, but you think you have a bad voice, just like I did when I was first starting out. There is hope on the other side. You can learn, and it does not have to take you as long, and you don't have to spend the kind of money that you think you do. And the only reason why I can say that you think you do is because I just was in the same position, and I was thinking the same thing, and it's a total myth. It's what people want you to think, but we'll get more into that in a bit. This is just so spectacular. It just, it just brings out like emotions in me. It gives me goosebumps. It's that beautiful breathy tone. And I also have to add that takes incredible breath management, breath support to not lose control when she's going that breathy. Not easy to do, especially on notes like that. Oh my gosh. Vibrato on the end. Are you hearing this? Oh, whoa. There's something about that melody. It gives me goosebumps. Something about that melody that we just heard, and I have to comment on this again, that note technically that she just hit right there was a little bit flat. Who cares? You do not have to be perfect. She is amazing. I want to give you the freedom as your coach to not be so self-critical of yourself. And this goes in every area of your life, but especially singing, because we all want to just be so self-critical of our voice, especially when we're first starting. And I want to give you the freedom to be human and to make mistakes and to still love to sing and not get up in your head and think that you're a bad singer just because you sing a flat note every once in a while, because even your favorite singers do the same thing, okay? So the more that you can silence that self-critic and you can live life without that self-critic in your head, and I can give you strategies as well on how to silence that, and I do in Singer, because singing is so much of a mental game as well. But the more that you can silence that self-critic, the better you're going to do in singing and in life. Gosh. There's something about that melody right there. Like, just opens up my heart, I feel like. Oh my gosh. It's so breathy, it's so beautiful. She's adding so many micro diminuendos and crescendos, meaning on different notes. She will increase the volume very quickly and then she'll bring it back all within a phrase. It just keeps us so captivated in. It just is so beautiful. I really love hearing this. And I'm such a sucker for a beautiful breathy tone. And the kind of control that she has, though, because many times singers, when they come with me, when they work with me, we can get them those beautiful breathy tones like IU, but it takes a little bit of time to really control it. And so she's really practiced, she's really worked at it to be able to have such beautiful pitch accuracy. She's not perfect, as nobody is, but she has beautiful pitch accuracy with that breathy tone, while adding all these micro crescendos and diminuendos. Ooh! I love that note. Notice the crowd's like, oh my gosh, is that it? Keep going. As a community, I have a question for you. What kind of vocal tone do you prefer? Do you prefer kind of like a soft, breathy vocal tone, much like IU? Or do you prefer a gritty, darker, more powerful vocal and vocal tone? This is very subjective. Both are great, and I think every singer needs to be able to do both, so that they're not just like a one-trick pony, and when a song calls for it, they can lean in and really give it a lot of grit, a lot of power, a lot of volume. but then they can also like bring it back and be very breathy. I think every singer needs to be able to have that range of dynamics, but it's very much a subjective thing. So I'm curious, like, just from your perspective, which one do you like better? Leave it in the comments right now. I can't wait to hear about it. And then of course, if you want to sing, I just have to tell you as your coach that you can. And people ask me literally all the time how I went from having a terrible, terrible singing voice to now singing professionally and now also coaching thousands of people around the world. And every time I recommend Singer. That's where it's at. The link is in the YouTube description and the top comment. You can trust, literally, if you follow that, that is going to get you an amazing voice. It's not going to take you any of the time that you think it will. It will shave off years of your learning curve. I joke around like if I would have had the process and those exercises when I was first starting, I would have shaved off probably like 5 years at least of my learning curve. And I'm not just saying that because singing is, think about it this way. It's like you have the beautiful voice. If you can speak right now, you have these vocal cords here, okay? Now you can't feel these vocal cords like you can your bicep, your tricep. All singing is learning how to control these with your mind, okay? Which basically all that is building a neural pathway in your mind to where you can control these vocal cords here. And I recommend that on the site, you take a look at some of the success stories. Go to the page titled Success Stories and look at other vocal transformations. Again, I have that free lesson on there for you to prove that to you, because if you're anything like me, you need proof. And if you want to know how fast you can actually improve your voice when you're doing the right things, record your voice on voice memos, 15 seconds, one phrase before the lesson. Just do one phrase, keep it easy. You're the only one that's going to hear it. Then go through that free lesson and record that same phrase at the end, and then compare those two. And when you compare those two audios, that's when you're going to know that when you are doing the right things, singing can be easy. So much love for you. I'll see you over on the site. I'll see you in the free lesson. And then of course, leave me a comment and let me know how it goes for you. So much love. Peace.
But for your eyes, scare the stars above. I'll spend all that I have to keep you up. Yes, I'll be there for you.
I'll be there. I won't let down. No, you can count.